What's up, guys? This is Adam the Bee's Knees, and today we are going to be facing Noivern Nation in the NPL Season 2. Now, real quick, who knows if you'll see this one because my computer's screwing up and I might need to get a new one before it's time. He's actually messaging me right now. Yes. Also, I just gotta mute something real quick. But real quick, the team I'm bringing is a lore Entei set. It's designed if Garchomp wants to come in and take the supposed Flare Blade Sacred Fire, even though I know it initially it wouldn't want to come in, but I can bulldoze it, lower its speed, and then knock it out with a Ice Natural Gift, hopefully. Extreme Speed's also nice, because his team consists of Mew, which could sweep potentially Mimikyu, which is very scary, Empoleon, Garchomp, Jolteon, Houndoom, Torkoal, Granbull, Gengar, Exploud, and Exeggutor. So a little bit of Sun there. Blastoise is designed to actually deal with that Sun and Exploud. Completely Spadef. Mirror Coat is very good. It takes like Exploud's Boom Burst is a 3 to 4 hit KO, I believe, and that's very nice. We have two Scarfers this week. Togekiss with Air Slash and D-Goom, because Air Slash hits everything besides the Jolteon, and Empoleon. Now, I could have Aura Sphere. Now that I think about it, I forgot Empoleon was a thing, but I could just finish Empoleon, to be honest. And then we have a Choice Scarf to Kyurem. Both of these guys have the 134 speed for Jolteon. And then a Beedrill here, same speed to outspeed Jolteon, because Jolteon is very fast initially. And then you have a Shuckleberry Zerk to live in Earthquake, a Life Orb Jolly Earthquake for sure. I can OHKO it theoretically with an HP Ice, and I have screens on there just because. Now, I guess let's get right into this. He did not bring the Garchomp. He actually brought the Sun. Okay, so that's cool. I did not really expect that. I'm glad that Entei's here, because he doesn't have a whole lot of switch-ins for that. Now, he could lead off with the Torkoal to just start setting up the Sun. Now, if he does that, I could lead off with Beedrill, and get my Mega, get the U-turn off. The only downside is, of course, the Lava Plume. It's still going to do something, but I could go into Blastoise on that, but I don't know. Togekiss is still a fine lead as well. Beedrill does beat a lot of things, unless that Mew's Choice Scarfed. I can beat that too. I could also lead with my Xerxatry to get the light screen off and the Reflect, which isn't bad as well, especially because he doesn't have some of the things I thought he would bring, such as the Exploud, such as the other Garchomp, Creature of the Night. But Mimikyu is still regardless terrifying. Now, I could lead off with a couple things here. Torkoal is probably his lead. I am concerned with a Choice Scarf Mew, or I don't think Thunder Tornadus would be Choice Scarfed either, but you never know. I'm going to lead off with the. I want to lead off with the Zerk or Beedrill here. Now, I don't see that much wrong with Xerxatry here, or really Beedrill. He's probably going to lead off with the Torkoal. So you know what? If he's going to do that, I'm just going to go into Togekiss. Now, okay. So he did lead directly with this thing. Now I do have Blastoise here. I do. Tornadus versus a Togekiss, and I'm sorry, Tornadus, the other thing. That's No, not really my favorite. Now, Air Slash is gonna hurt. Hurricane it can hurt. It won't do too much. Is it a 2 KO? Not really. You could also have the Choice Scarf Sludge Wave as well. I don't want Blastoise getting knocked off though, so Air Slash is a relatively safe play. He's got no flying resist. And there we go. So what this proves to me is that he's not Choice Scarfed. And so that being said, I'm going to go into my Xerxetry because he also didn't bring the Garchomp, so I don't necessarily need his Sugar Berry or anything like that. So he's going to hard switch right out into the Torkoal here. Now, what I can do is I can set up a light screen and go for the Volt Switch. Lava Plume's going to hurt some stuff, but it won't hurt as bad because of the light screen, and if I really want to I can go into Entei too. So let's do that. Because his only non-special attacker is the Mimikyu, or the Mew, theoretically. It's actually, it could be a sunny day Mew too. It could very well be that. He's probably Heat Rock here. I kind of could have brought a bulkier Tornado, not Tornadus, Togekiss, but it's alright. It still helps versus the Mimikyu regardless because he can only Shadow Sneak me, and a +4 Shadow Sneak if he does run a Scarf Set or whatever. That does, it's a roll to 2 KO me, and that is of course +4, so Mimikyu's not that fast in general. It's got 96 speed. So I'm going to set up a light screen here as he goes into the Executor, which is fine. What I can do is I don't necessarily want anything to go to sleep, but if that's the case, I'd rather it be Xerxetry. So I'm just going to fire off that HP Ice here. With the light screen up, I should be able to take his hits pretty well. HP Ice should do a lot, but you know what? Let's just calc it. Xerxetry. I believe I have 104, and I am Modest Nature with Empower Ice. Versus Eggy, a Sun Sweeper, Executor. There we go. Solar Beam, but light screens up. Okay, so HPS is a 2 KO. I'm going to hit that with that. Hopefully it shouldn't do that much. And you know what? It can bring him down to E-Speed range if anything. Now, just he would get at level 50. 107 if he's Modest. And I'm Jolly, so I don't think he actually outspeeds me unless he's timid. Because yeah, 107 times 2, and I do have 215 speed to outspeed the Executor. So he would have to be timid to outspeed me. And a timid thing versus my Xerxetry, with actually max HP and a light screen up, and I'm also on level 50, is not going to be doing that much. So I'm going to fire off that HP Ice. A Psy Shock comes through, but it's not going to do that much, and HP Ice does do 71%. Alright, so if I can get this thing out of the way, that would be grand. Actually, it's 108. I just changed his spread. Modest, and I do have Volt Switch just to be safe here. Now, a Psy Shock did do around 35, and I can knock him out with a Volt Switch, so I'm going to go for that Volt Switch here. Knock this thing out, get initiative, and whatnot. very good if I can weaken this thing, or at least take it out, because Executor with the chlorophyll is a threat for sure. Definitely. I'm just... Yeah, so I didn't really know if Psyshock... I mean, I figured based on the damage that Psyshock did damage that was nerfed by Light Screen. But, you know, I didn't know that for a fact. But since he did not bring Garchomp, he has no switch-ins for an electric type move, which is very, very good. Very good. So he's going to go into the Mew here. Now, Mew takes 30% from this guy. So, now that... okay. My computer's acting up again. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, that's not working. Hold on. I need to see these caps before I make any play. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, it seems to have fixed itself. So, anyway, Volt Switch to a Mew. Okay. Volt Switch to Mew at level 50. I'm sorry about that. Can do that much to a bulky spread. Okay. Alright. So I feel like I can just go into B-Drill and go for the U-turn. Because he could be Scarfed Mew. If he was Scarfed Mew, he would have none of this at all, and he would be like timid. And then Volt Switch would do significant amount to Mew. If he was max HP, it still does that much. So I do believe he's a bulky set. He could be Scarfed, but I don't necessarily think so. I don't think so. But so I can do a couple things. Entei might not be a bad play because I can go for the Bulldoze here, or I can go into B-Drill if he's not Scarfed. I don't think he's Scarfed because Volt Switch did so much damage. And if he is Scarfed, he would be like, he'd have to be a very bulky set with not much attack at all for Volt Switch to only do 30%. Yeah, so, but that being said, how much does Psychic do to B-Drill in the Light Screen? I have a feeling it's going to do an unfortunate amount of damage. With Light Screen up, I live. Perfect. And if he's maxed, I still live. So, my play is to go into B-Drill here and click U-turn. Oh, he's leftovers, so there we go. I'm just going to go for the U-turn here. He's probably going to go back into the Torkoal, which is actually good because if Sun runs out, well, we'll see how much Sun has, but if I assume he's the Rock, so at least he won't be able to set up Sun until he switches out and switches back in if he goes into Torkoal. Now I do not have knockoff, but it's not the end of the world there. I definitely don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp, so I'm just going to U-turn and get out of here as he goes right into that Torkoal. So this should do some damage, as it does. Now I can do a couple things here. I can go into my Togekiss and start hitting the Air Slash, which would not be a bad play because he doesn't have anything to go into that. Light Screen is still up. I can go into Entei here and click Bulldoze. Torkoal can't do too much, but I think Togekiss is still a smarter play. Weakening his stuff I can baton pass here, but he might just sack off the Executor, if anything. So with that being said, I'm just going to fire off some air slashes here, as we hopefully get a flinch, and we do. Very, very lovely. And I'm going to click air slash again. He's probably going to go into the egg. He'll have to go into something to preserve the sun, because he is heat rock. So there's that. As he goes into the Tornadus, decent play there. Now my item is pretty important here. So that being said, I want to go. Don't necessarily want to. I want to click air slash again. Alright, so he is weakened to the point where he might switch out, he might not. I really like Xurkitree though, but I feel like Xurkitree is still a fine play, as he might go, he just goes for the knockoff, which is fine. As what I can do is go for the Volt Switch here, get some initiative off, whatnot. As he does reveal the knockoff, so I could not risk the Scarf being knocked off. I'm just going to click Volt Switch. He could go into a couple things, Mew potentially, but Mew will be going down pretty quick, because Torkoal cannot take any more hits and it doesn't have leftovers recovery. Now Executor is still an issue for sure, so I could go for the light screen here, but I feel like Volt Switch is just a better play. Also, that Executor does go down to an extreme speed, which is very nice to know. So let's just go for that Volt Switch and see what happens there. Very, very fast-paced battle so far. He's going to go for the U-turn, which is not an issue there, as I am just going to click Volt Switch. He could sack off Torkoal here, get his last amount of sun up, which is not a bad play. You might want to preserve Torkoal. He could go out to Mimikyu to bust the thing, as he does go out to Mimikyu. Okay. Now he's ran Focus Sash in the past, but I'm gonna go into my Togekiss here because it can only Shadow Sneak me, and I'd like to burst the Sash if he has it. Very good that his disguise is busted. I think that's actually really good, really great. As he's going to go into this thing again. Now he's gonna probably click knockoff here. Now let's see here. I really want to go into Beedrill here. It's super risky though, because I can preserve Xurkitree theoretically, or I can go into Entei here, which wouldn't necessarily be awful, but I'd like to keep Entei alive. Or I can just try to flinch him, but I do lose my Scarf. I want to go into Beedrill. I think it's a terribly risky play. Just Tornadus, level 50 of course. Tornadus dies straight up, but then again Beedrill outspeeds his whole team and stuff, so there is that. Entei doesn't eat his item. He also doesn't want to get Hurricane, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Is he Assault Vest though? 50 max. That looks definitely Assault Vest. 28, 20, whatever. Yeah. So he's probably AV. Okay. What about Entei? Level 50, of course. And I don't have the light screen up. Gotta take that off. Knockoff plus Hurricane does not take me out, but it does do a significant amount of damage. Which is okay, because I only need Inte for picking up his game, late game with extreme speed. Now, what I can do is fire off a Sacred Fire here, because his only switch into that is Torkoal. Or okay, now I could go for the Bulldoze here, because I forgot that Houndoom can come in. I'm gonna go for the Bulldoze here. It's super risky. Because if he stays in and Hurricanes me, it puts me in a bad spot. I'll probably have to go out into my thing and then go into V-Drill. But I feel like that's the smarter play than getting Houndoom a +1 in his fire moves. Although Inte, I'm not choice banded. Extreme speed does do a lot. I think extreme speed's probably a better play. How much does it do to Houndoom? Just the Houndoom. Level 50. It actually 2 KOs, so I'm gonna fire off that extreme speed. That way, if he goes hard into Houndoom, I can 2 KO it. And if he stays in, I can 2 KO him. Yeah, that's the best play, because he's not going to go out to Mimikyu. I don't think so. I think, and if he goes out to Mimikyu, I can destroy that thing. Theoretically. So, I'm going to fire off that extreme speed here. That's probably my best play. I want to preserve the circuitry too, for this thing, for a potential future sack. So, yeah. Now, he goes right into Torkoal. Okay. What I'm going to do is just click the Bulldoze here to take this guy out. I do not want to risk a roll. So down goes the Torkoal there. Alright. So his sun is now limited, which is really good for me. I need to preserve my Scarfers though. Tornadus is of course an issue, and he is running out of V-Drill switch-ins. And he has no longer a really good switch in the Kyurem's Ice Beam. So Houndoom can come in. Houndoom probably won't take that much. So he goes hard Houndoom. Now, I think Blastoise is time to come out. Because I can preserve Inte that way. And I am maxed out. So Flamethrower is going to get a crit and a burn. Come on. I'm going to fire off the Maricoat or the Aura Sphere. That sucked. Blastoise, Aura Sphere versus Houndoom in the sun. Level 50. Aura Sphere does 50%. I can knock him out after that. I'm gonna fire up the Sophie Solar Beams. That's gonna suck, but I can also knock him out. If I don't knock him out here, I'm going to Togekiss and stuff, but okay, come on, live. That crit sucked. That crit mattered so much. That really, really freaking sucks, man. I'm gonna fire off a poison jab. That crit sucks. Yeah, God. Ah, I would have. Look. Just to show you. Houndoom, flamethrower, solar beam. Now I could be wrong, but not Beedrill. Blastoise, Max, to whatever. Calm. Okay, and I am Assault Vest at level 50. Solar Beam did 40 and Flamethrower did 20. Like, come on. That really sucks. He's running out of switch-ins though. He has nothing to outspeed me. Tornadus is Assault Vested. I don't know if I can knock it out though. Might be, I don't know. Mimikyu can come out. Tornadus comes out. I'm just gonna click U-turn. Do a lot, and then at this point I can go into Zerk because I don't outspeed anything. Okay, and now I can go back into Beedrill and click Poison Jab. Another way I see myself winning this is going. Okay, Mimikyu's down, which is very, very nice. Superb. I feel like he's gonna go for a knockoff, but I'm just gonna U-turn. I want to preserve my Scarf's item, so I don't need Entei, because I know he's gonna, yeah, or he's gonna U-turn, which is fine. Sun runs out this turn anyway. Yeah, he has to keep the health up, but I have 2 Scarf Pokemon, so even if one gets knocked off, I can try to win. I am so upset after the that crit. Kyurem. Just look, Kyurem, not Choice Specs and Scarf. Whoops. Kyurem, Choice Scarf, Dragon Pulse to Houndoom. I'm pretty sure knocks it out from here. Yeah, it's close. I'm going to click Sacred Fire because I don't need this thing. Alright. He goes for the Stealth Rocks, which is kind of annoying. But everything's at such full health that it's okay. What I'm going to do is go for another Sacred Fire here. The burn's nice because Mew cannot recover stall. Me. Or maybe, no, because I outspeed. I outspeed. I mean, Houndoom has no longer Flash Fire, so, and if I really want to defog, I can, because I do have the Tokus. So yeah. So down goes that. Now let's think. Houndoom can't Nasty Plot. Tornadus can't even kill me, so something goes down again to Entei, I think. I think so. I think Entei doesn't win if Hurricane kills me, or if Dark Pulse kills me, I guess. But I have Scarfed. Everything else outspeeds everything, so I think I'm okay. I'd like to say I'm okay because I can literally Choice Scarf the heck out of him. My speeds. And he had a really fast team. He had Gengar, he had Egg Under the Sun, he had Garchomp. Super surprised. That did not count. I expected to come next time. 100%. I'm kind of surprised when Mimikyu wasn't sashed. He brought that last time in his previous game, and it seemed to do pretty well. Houndoom comes out. I'm going to click Extreme Speed. I want to weaken this thing. Okay, he Nasty Plots. Maybe I can get a roll here and take him out, because that roll was shit. I live. Lol. Entei's a fat boy. I'm so mad Blastoise died. I'm so triggered. So down goes that thing, and at this point, Beedrill is going to come in. If he dies, I will be very salty, but I do have Kyurem and Ice Beam. But I will be able to knock him out with a jab here. And that will be game. Beedrill comes through again. It killed 3 or 4 of his Pokemon. Oh, I love this thing. Boy, let me tell you. Was AV. I would have destroyed you. No, I'm not saying like in battle wise, but Miracle, kaboom, you know what I mean? But there we go. So I did lose in the UBC because I played on Friday nights, which is also the time I lost to Mono Tui. So I'm never playing on Friday nights again. Saturday is my main day for the week, but you know. But anyway, I'm never playing on a Cursed Friday. But yeah, this is going to be round 2 of the UBC. Oh my goodness, NPL. Um, so I'm top in my division. I'm pretty sure because I don't know how. No, Victini could have 6-0'd someone very well, but who knows? Anyway, this is Adam the Bee's Knees, and I'll see you guys in the next battle.